It's always easier when the shoe is in the other guy's foot. I have a few musar to get ready since Sunday, so I got to catch up a little bit. I don't want to lose the words. I first want to talk about B'nai Slavchad. B'nai Slavchad. They want to get part of the property. Their father has rights. They want to take their father's rights. And they were smart. The way the world looks at it is that a woman wants security. There's an opportunity that takes place and they're smart. And they want the buck. So, and they want to get married, so they need property. Their father was a choteh, a sinner. Nobody wanted to marry them, but if you have the money, you get a little piece of property, so people will want them. So they saw the opportunity. They had a l'shem shamayim. They wanted to get married. So here's a chance to get demanded their father's rights. They were smart. The Torah says they're smart, and they pushed in to get a few dollars. Chazal say not so. Chazal say that they were zochah to have a whole parsha of Yerusha through them. Was that a certain schus? More than Moshe. And it says Menashe ben Yosef because it's equal. They were sort of tzadekis. They were tzidkonias. And not only that. In other words, if the question, who was Zocha for the Parsha, Moshe or them, so their schus is bigger, means there was Zocha. It comes from purity. It doesn't come from it has to have a schus to have a Parsha in the Torah that they helped bringing about. So it means they were holy girls. Second of all, it says Menashe ben Yosef, they come from them. And the third thing is that Moshe learned from them that he stayed away from his wife Tzipora for spiritual reasons, and he started to feel he's pure and holy. And here are these 5 girls who, on their own, what is the proper zivig of how to have the proper relationship, did not get married to the later age. So you see, they're holy, and they're chachamot, and the man that waited the time to say yavam, they tainted very not interesting taina. Mamanasha. If girls are 0, so then and then our mother should marry one of the family in order to continue the name of the family, to have Yerusha. My girls are something, because if a Yavama has a girl, there's no din Yavam. There was a nation that the brother dies and has no daughters, has daughters, there's no din Yavam. So for somebody, let's get nachla. So they did taina properly, they taina at the right place. And they tainted, look, we're not from B'nai Korach, which is the general, it was only a particular. And they said those people wouldn't get Yerusha, but they tainted, they were smart, all right? They mentioned who was smarter, according to the shiur. But what was the main nakuda? That they came from a pure position. They were not after lust or hopping in for money or values. They wanted to perpetuate the name of their father, which a lot of women give respect for their parents, for their father. And they only did it, the shame, they were such a type of women that they controlled themselves. Even Moshe learned from them that, and they were even embarrassed when they came to Moshe Rabbeinu, it says, to the Bezdin. That they are preachers and big mouths. And therefore, a whole parsha, B'nai Slavchad. I just add one little point here. Who could, when it comes to such a thing, that they saw the opportunity, that the interest of getting a piece of property or money, olam hazeh, and they had good reason to. We got a chassid and all that stories. That their whole desire was the father's name, and they had shukah. The desire was only for Kedushas Eretz Yisrael, because they selected the inner part. Who could reach such a madrega like that? That in an evaluation, in a chance where many svaras, where the heart was open, many svaras can come. That their svara was, you know why I live in Meitzad or in Eretz Yisrael? Because Kedushas Eretz Yisrael, usually. Not because I can't go back to America, I have no place to live, but the Kedushas Eretz Yisrael. Who can say, I want to perpetuate the name and control oneself for spirituality and holiness? Who can reach such a madrega? And the Torah is made on them. It was a pure reason, no other reason. It was not even mixed up reason. It was purely l'shem shemaim. Who can reach a madrega? How we see women have the tremendous power to reach that madrega. And how they stand up for kashrus and children learning Torah. They have an amazing power. The men, when it came to the ego, right away, the women held their jewelry. When it came to, they had the Maragim, they had Avas Eretz Yisrael. It's a natural, a good thing that they have. So these two things, or three things, we see that the women that Benot Slavcha had, and we have to then say that Benot Slavcha is machayev the women to be able to reach that madrega, and they have with Avas Kedushas Eretz Yisrael. The Mizrahi uses it with the women. You get these women way out in the Yeshuvim out there. And then you have perpetuate their father. A lot of girls don't marry goyim because they want to get the approval of their father. They want to perpetuate the father and the father. It's a big matter. And the fact that they hold themselves back to have the right zivig, the right kedusha. For kedusha, they're ready to hold back sex. So Moshe Rabbeinu saw it and said, "Wow, you're even greater than me." 5 women for that. You're even greater than that. Women have that power for spirituality to do it. They have a tremendous chaos that has not been unleashed. The Zionists unleash it for them. Oh, they don't say Kedusha. Eretz Yisrael. Imagine we had a woman Kedusha Eretz Yisrael. Don't take Eva Layardain Kedusha Eretz Yisrael. Don't think of just living in Eretz Yisrael with Kedusha Eretz Yisrael. The holiness Eretz Yisrael must be a place in the woman's heart more than man. The father, I heard you saw your hand, dog. Perpetuate the name. And the father was a Makoshes Eitzim, a sinner. But the girl said, no, this type of sinner, but that type. But already was Machalei Chilukim. That's what he said, Hashem Shemayim, but even those another, it was not Bnei Korach, it was not part of the this. They came out with a good opinion of themselves, a healthy opinion. And you come to the fourth point. A healthy woman demands. I deserve. Why should I get? It's a healthy, positive position. I tell over the story, I tell over many times, it's written a lot, with the raccoon. The raccoon is a type of an animal that if there's a little danger, it won't go to it. That's what the book says. The story is a nice story. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what it is. The raccoon is in danger. You try to push it, and it won't go to place of danger. Well, let's say you pushed it to a place of danger, and then it's caught by the by the by the snare or the let's say the trap, and his foot gets caught. What does the raccoon do? Raccoon bites its foot off and runs. What would a human being do? Being was enticed to plant danger. He goes to it. He said, listen, I couldn't help myself. The snake did it. The other person told him, my older brother told me, the guy gave me a bag of candies. I couldn't help myself. What could I do, you know? All kinds of excuses. And then when he gets into trouble, does he bite his foot off and run to save himself? No way. I'm doomed. I'm finished. Predestined to die. Take it as a martyr. That's what he does. But the healthy raccoon, which is also a man has the quality, that self-worth and the value in the sense, I'm somebody, my life is valuable. God made me exist. I demand my, where I am. That's a healthy position. The Benoso had a healthy position. Okay, not this, not that, but what about this? Wait, what about that? Your father's a Makoshish Eitzim, get out of here. You're a Makoshish Eitzim, get out of here. You're no good. Look at your father is. You're an old lady already. What are you talking about? You're 40 already. If you can get married, you're worthless. Your mazel passed by. Who the heck are you anyway? You're zero. You're not, no children in the world. You're nobody. You're zero. How do you have the nerve and the Azaz Punin to come in demanding land? Who? Your husband owns the land, not you. Marry somebody, you'll get the land. What do you want to get land to give to away from the shaver to another shaver? Who the heck are you? What are you demanding? Who is he? And who are you to demand anyway? Where are you? If they were Azaz Punin, big mouth, sharp tongues. Okay. This Aloni in the Knesset there, you know. Okay. But if the Tzanuas and the Tzidkanias, what happened? How could they speak up? The answer came from the right, a healthy, proper position to speak up. There's a demand, there's a need. Okay, not that. What about this? What about that? Who can handle and bargain? A healthy person can handle and bargain. And make chilukim. We're not like Korach, and we're over here like this. What about that? And not only that, they should have been happy, just give us a piece of land. You know, we want in Israel. We're from Menashe, we don't want out there with all those animals. We want the good stuff. How can you demand? And to Moshe, and they figure out when and what he's giving the lecture, and they have this taina. That requires a lot of self-worth and value. In the sense of they realized that Selim Elokim and they were right. And the Parsha came, and Hashem made a nest, and they got married, and Hashem got them children even after 40. There's a lot to learn. The Benosla. Yes, Governor. He says these things about them, so it's not so. Otherwise, the Torah would not praise them and look up to them, and Chazal wouldn't say all what I said. Unless they really were strong, healthy, was a proper position. You know, you get Nachla, there's a fight. You have all kinds of fights. Who gets what? Nachla is a big world. Inheritance is a whole prokim in the Gemara. Different problems. Fights over Nachla. Esav and Yaakov fighting over Nachla. Who deserves to belong? It's not so. Okay, we'll leave it at that. War for those guys in the who came out of the Holocaust. Jew, not Jew, but they know. Maybe, what do you mean a Suffolk Jew? Their father's Jewish, but the mother may not be. They know more or less. They're not sure their mother's Jewish. We have a lot of indications maybe the mother's not Jewish. This Lamai say probably in Suffolk Jew. Check it out. There are today. We have cases. We don't know. They don't know. Some know, some don't. We had guys who made believe they were Jews who got married. We found before the marriage, we found out that guy fooled us. I don't remember the case. Anyway. Okay. Suffolk Jew, Suffolk Goy. Now, with the Shabbos, what do you do on Shabbos? Now, if he's a Jew, he can't do a malacha, so he's rice l'chum. On the other hand, if he's a Goy, if he's Shavas, he gets Misa. So anyway he does, he gets Misa. If he does the work, because he's a Goy, he gets Misa. If he doesn't do the work, he gets Misa. He goes, the Jew, what does he do? What does the guy do? So the answer always was, which is the answer, one of the answers. No, nah, the Bezdin here doesn't work that quick. The answer, basically, they say they wear a tzitzis, a mamanashah. And he goes out and shusharat. You have, if he's a Jew, that's good. He's a guy. There's no tzitzis, he's carrying. But that's the answer, the basic. So ask the kasha, what happens if he doesn't have a beged? But basically, that's the line. The line is, yeah.
You spoke about it once from the Konim Yochos.
Yeah.
The Machnes, talking about Avimavim.
Yeah.
And he, I don't know if this is not halacha or just foolish, but he brought the pasuk of from.
You're talking about Derech HaMelech has the problems.
Konim Yochos, he brings the pasuk Yom V'Layla Lo
Yishbosu, yeah.
He claims that it's in Yom V'Layla.
You have to work.
The day doesn't go after the night.
Going
The
to.
night goes afterwards.
That's right. That solves the problem.
I don't think meant about halacha.
For the goyim, the day, the night is after the day, and for us it's night and then day. So what does he do is, so for the guy, if he's a guy, so the night is still part of his Yom Shishi.
And if he does malacha on Motzei Shabbos, he's not chayav misa. That's what he did.
And if he does a malacha, a Motzi Shabbos, he's not chayav misa. But it's also is not Shabbos. So Friday night, what does he do Friday night? He keeps Shabbos. But Motzi Shabbos, he does a malacha. The only thing wrong with that was, maybe, because it's not real Shabbos then. I remember something like that. Or maybe the other way around. On Friday night, for the guy, it's still a weekday. So therefore, if he rests, it's nothing. It's a Friday. For us, it's Shabbos. So he keeps it. What do you do in Shabbos in the day? That's it. Friday night is no problem because it's still family. Saturday night, so on Shabbos morning, if he does it, if he doesn't do a malacha, so if he's a guy, it's only chetziyom. There's no haskalah siyayim there. There's no haskalah. You need a whole Shabbos, let's say. It's only a half a Shabbos. It's not a whole Shabbos, maybe. One problem. But that's not really true because if a kid becomes 13 in the beginning in the beginning in the morning, he has to keep Shabbos at night. Or maybe not. You hold May Slays on it. You don't hold May Slays. Yep. And then on Shabbos itself, the guy rests. He says, what do you mean rest? I'm going to work tonight. I'm not resting. I'm only working tonight. For me, it's at night. That must be what I mean. It's not real Shabbos. Okay. Anyway, that's his problem. So some people answer, you do a chatzi shiur malacha. Because the shiur were not mentioned to Bnei Noach. And Rami Hilchos Malachim. Why? Because there are some people who hold that chatzi shiur is not awesome in Torah. And even those are awesome, it's only a chazir litzurufei. And here we know definitely it's not going to be a litzurufei. because he won't do a shiur, because if he does, he's going to get misa. So Vadi won't do it. He doesn't want it. Because then that means that, will he do it? We only think, chazir is a chakira. What does it mean? That it has the ability to the staruf, or it will be mitzias bin mitzaruf. And that's the shagas aryeh that Pesach, the guy, just before Pesach finished, he only buys a half of a shiur, or eats half a shiur. It's not a chom, it's not mistar, because it's going to, after Yontif, it's not, after Pesach, it's not shayach anymore Isa Chometz. So therefore, what does it mean? It's not Chazir, let's Taruf, eh?
If he does it in the last minute.
The last minute. Whatever it is. Techilas Pras, whatever it is, he can't mistar more. Is it a physical thing? Or just in theory? He will say it won't happen. Yes, physically, he will say it won't happen because Mitzias, he won't do it because he doesn't want to get killed. So he can do a chatzi shiur. Because shemoidel, that's a Rab Milchus Malachim. Nish v'shvius noch hu mishum b'chadesh dover Torah la'atzmo. Well, she'll say here that what? It's not machadesh. Because since he's shoyves machmas, Safik Yisrael, she's doing it because the Torah tells him. She does it because that's the dinim. Aber fiat nimmer shas die yesh olav lav. The yish ba so kosher kushis hanal. Das Weg ist da ja dort die Mashiach so cool Zeit lachatz khum lidach. So his basic kasha is what do you do? Anyway he turns he has a trouble. Yes. Both study. Yes,
but on the
Hasron.
Suffolk aspect,
He gives Hasron both study.
If he's a Vadai guy, I hear it.
Right, and also he has two shemos. That means one malacha.
In the Suffolk.
He says to the guy, "Don't do the malacha. You're going to get killed."
On what side? Where's the house?
1 second. But he's going to get killed either way. If he does the malacha, and he's a Jew, he gets killed. If he's a guy, he gets killed also. But a guy doesn't need Asra to get Misa.
It doesn't get Misa, but allows for being Shabbos, maybe not Shabbos. It's not
If a Joe, anyway he does the malacha, he's going to get killed. Forget about Asra. Not a suffix Asra.
Give him a straw.
He's going to get killed
Give him a
from
straw.
this mice, he's going to get killed anyway.
Even if you don't get involved with our straw, Mamona Shah.
Mice, anyway you want, he's going to get killed.
That's if it's Vada, he was a Jew, or Vada, he was a...
It's Mavale after Shabbos.
Any way you want, he has to get killed.
Is that
As a Jew or as a guy.
1 second, though. 1
I'll
second.
say that's
Who said that's okay? That was Mavur afterwards, what he really...
Now, if he doesn't do the malach, he's going to be killed because that's what it means. If he doesn't do it, he's going to kill because he's a guy. If he does do the malacha, he's killed because he's a Jew. The only thing is, he may be right another thing. This malacha, if he doesn't do, who says he's going to kill it? Because you have to wait till the whole Shabbat. Must be it's the last minute. He rested all Shabbos, is talking about. He rested all Shabbat. Now it's only has 2 minutes to go. Now, if he does the malacha, he will be killed as a Jew. He doesn't do the malacha, he killed as a Jew. He only has 1 minute. Something like that. Because otherwise because you have to have one Maisa, do or don't, he gets killed for the same Maisa. You say to me, very good, even though it's in the morning, we got to wait the whole day long, we don't know. Because he has to do this, he has to do something else. But you can't kill him for this, not doing this Maisa. You kill him because he rested on Shabbos, not because he didn't do this Maisa. But if it's the last minute, it's only Chasra, it's only Kilo.
That would solve a lot. That would solve a big problem. How do you kill a guy in a Suffolk?
So what's the Minchas Chinuch asking? What is the Minchas Chinuch asking?
What should he do? What's the right or wrong thing to do?
Oh.
How should he
Not a Misa, but halachically. What should Eitz, what should we know? Dinei Hanhoga. Kora Amina the Benidon Kazuk, the Sveka Stata Hadi Amin Sheval Tais Order. Amin the Yishbas. I don't know that why he's going to have trouble. So maybe with the piece before I can understand it by saying that since it's a halachic problem and he listens to the rabbis, and the rabbis say, Shevalt, I said, if he has a right. No, he's not on his own, like his own chiddush or his own way. He's doing it because the Torah tells him to do it, something like that. Im nemar the speak of the rights of Chum, the Torah, the Shitas of Rashba. The source is from the Rashba. The Rashba brings, how do you know? And that's in the Shef Shemaitza, it brings up Aleph, one of the sources that we know that Safik the Rice Lachoma, Minatara comes from Mamzer. Safik Mamzer is Mamzer. Luchaloyma. The Chiddush said the Chiddush Torah Rak B'Yisrael V'lo B'Goy. V'chein l'Rambam the Sefer Seik the Rice Lachoma. Kum Rabbanei Shalom the Rabbanei Chmir Rak B'Yisrael V'lo B'Goy. In case Yisroch Lishbos Mitam Speak of the Rice Lachoma. V'Shem Yisrael Botzer Lasses Malacha. In other words, the only side you can say Safik the Rice Lachoma would only be on the side of a Jew. Rashalom Ibcha the Speak of Ulay Goyhu. Botzer Lishbos. When them say Rice Lachoma via also Lishbos the outside there. How Goy Rashach Lasses the Rice Lachoma. Ulan Shuzel Tola Im Speak of the Rice Lachoma. Udin Chodesh Noisaf Lemitzvah. But at this point I want to discuss also that when the guy is Shabbos, he's doing Mishnah Tovik the Rice Lachom, or in the Mice, he doesn't know what to do. Son did not know. If we say the guy's doing Mitam Tovik the Rice Lachom, he's right. This Lachom is not Lachom. No Tovik the Rice Lachom. The problem is, what does he do? Han Hoga. Not Mitam Rice Lachom, Mitam. What does he do? What? The Jew to do the Mice, the Mitzvah. Maybe he's a Jew. This is what Joe said. Maybe he's a Jew. Maybe he's a guy. Like an entity, like a kui. So somebody like Chumah says, you better. What are you going to do? You got to do this l'chumah. You got to do this l'chumah. You got to do the malach in Shabbos, or don't do it. He took the chumah. That thing of l'chumah is only shaykh by a Jew l'chumah. The tzad that he's a guy is not shaykh somebody like l'chumah. If we look at it as an entity, what is he? He says, the only time you can have Sarai Chum is Sarai Zutoli, im Sveika the Rice Lachum, who didn't Chodesh Noisef Lemitzah, or Chelik Metzah Mitzvah. The Im Nemer does Gilui, the Zeh Chelik Medine HaMitzvah, Lochish Lachum, Loi Mistabel Achalik Ben Goy Lo Yisrael, the Zeh Gilui Nichla Ben Mitzvah, Lach Lachum, Lo Menechla Ben Mitzvah Ben Goy. Im Nemer the Sveika the Rice Lachum, who didn't Chodesh Noisef Lemitzah, Nuchal Shabbat, Amen Din Chodesh. If it's part of the mitzvah, when you have any mitzvah, and in the mitzvah itself you say something, in other words, the mitzvah demands of you to do it l'chumrah, so then you can say no different Jew and Goy. What do you do in this case? But if it's outside the thing, you can say maybe it's li, maybe it's maybe a Goy and a Jew not. Here also I don't understand. It's not shaykh. In the mitzvah, even by a goy, I don't see also, even if to say the suffix the rice lachum is in the mitzvah, but the tzad that he's a goy is not the suffix. On the tzad that he's a Jew, mitam a Jew, he has to go lachumra. The tzad that he's a goy is no suffix the rice lachum, he has to, and I hold. So it's even in the mitzvah. This means that suffix in the mitzvah of a Jew is also, it has to be in the mitzvah, it can't be outside. I don't know. Why can't it be outside? What? At an outside. You don't hear the difference. Well, it's a suffix here. That's going to be another problem. I don't know. In a chatzishin this thing, or it's a din in kolaterkul. Now, when you do say suffix the rice lachumma, is that a din in the mitzvah itself, or that's a stam din outside the Torah? That's what they clear the shaylas. Is it outside altogether? And when you're doing mitam suffix the rice lachumma, you're doing mitam suffix mitzvah. Okay, that's the word. Okay. You'll be poshe those abayas shlom David everywhere. That's what the world say that. Nira oidisa shvisas hagoy chumishim the Shabbos nitla maton l'Yisrael v'loy lo'oymason im kein kim loikim hamaton la'atzim chayvim misa. Kol zeich the shvus afshu akum. What's this with mitam akum? Avokan the shvus mach mesafik Yisrael. Ain't isa bedon. If it goes mitam akum, I'm an akum, I want to do mitam akum. He's doing mitam why? He's not doing mitam akum. He's doing mitam. Maybe he's chayav. Mitam Jew. So therefore, it removes the part of akum. If it's a din akum, he's doing because of akum. He's doing because on the part that is Yisrael. So he's doing mitam Yisrael. he's doing it. So therefore the Akum part is missing. It's same thing as the other pieces. It's Chidush Dover Tol Atzman. Chidush Rosh Machem is Suffolk Yisrael. Same sort. There's an Akum Suffolk Yisrael. And he has. Same thing. Maybe the reason why Akum has to rest is because it will destroy the world. Mashiach Yisrael asks it to go to learn Torah. He's doing this thing on Hogel Yisrael. But anyway, the Kasha is an interesting Kasha. Yes. Well, he's Ikri Surah, like in the sense where he's already Parish. So we'll say maybe he's Parish from the world, and you put him near the Makam over here. I don't know. You have to look into it. It's a guy, nice shadow. Say a little word. Shabbos. Thank you. Beis in Hilchos Shabbos talks about a person who is a chol sheish bo sakona. And we know Safek nefesh is doiches Shabbos. B'chalas Shabbos. And he says further, Shabbos l'gabe chol sheish bo sakona, hari hu k'chol l'chol advim hu tzachna. That's like a din of chol. So machal Shabbos. Make it chol. Safek sakona safek. Machal. Kishoshim do melo. Ein oisem loy al yedei nochrim, loy al yedei ketanim, loy al yedei avodim, loy al yedei noshim. Kedei shloi te Shabbos kala b'neim. If you have these cases, who's supposed to do it? Not nochrim, ketanim, avodim, noshim. Get your wife to do it. Elo al yedei gedolei Yisrael v'chachamim. The gedolei. Botzer is mistameh. You can't just mistameh bechil Shabbos l'chol shim sakon. Now I mean mistameh. Doubtful. In other words, what's the raya? It says a pasuk. Asher yasu adam. You have to live. I will learn simply. And if it's pikuach nefesh, question of life, the Torah says to you that you have to live. So it's Teicha Shabbos. Hola Marata. What do you think? Shein mishvei Torah nakoma b'olam. The words of Torah not become. He does not know come. That's what he says. Elorach chesed v'shalom olam. Elu haminim apikarsin shoymim shezeh chilul Shabbos v'asu. But those people at this time, when you're talking about a person's sakona, they holler Shabbos, Shabbos. That's awesome. On these, they're apikarsim. They find the pasuk. I gave them rules no good. Pasuk. They say that the Torah was given to die, not to live. And the tzedukim and the koreim held. Not the Rambam. Pikuach nefesh is not the Shabbos. Yeah, because. That's how the Mefarshim, what this guy says. Let's see what he says. the Miyagi Mishnah says, "Hola marata shei mishpat tar nekama ba'olam." This is the words of Rabbeinu itself. No Gemara. Where does the Rambam get it from this pasuk? V'chai b'hem. Where does the Rambam get it? It says v'chai b'hem. Halachically, all of a sudden he gives us, tells us a whole story. Where does the Rambam? These lashon Rambam. Hola marata mikan. It's not a chazal, according to the Magid Mishnah. Divrei Rabbeinu. I just want to check if anybody argues on it. Not say, there's no Gemara that says that the Torah doesn't take, from here we learn out, Hola Marata, here you learn out. Where's that? There's no Gemara for that deal. Where did Rambam get that deal from? And second one, he calls these other people apikosim. No, they don't put apikosim, they say. He says, minim. Okay, say. That, he almost says, Shabbos. He gave laws not good to Mishpat Elohim. Where did the Rambam get this from? What's the svaras? I mean, I learned without the Rambam simply that pikuach nefesh is better for a Torah. That's all. You have a pasuk. I would ever think the Torah is nakama. From here you learn out that Torah is not nakama, but it's chesed. I would say it's not chesed, it's not rachim. That's the halacha. The halacha is, I'm a halacha man. The halacha is if it's pikuach nefesh, the Torah wants you to live. That's what the Torah's megala, like any other pasuk. It's daicha. Where do they get this musar word? The Torah is not that the world that the mishpat of the Torah is not nakama, but rachim and ches rishon. Where does it follow? Not rachim. If you have soldiers, you have the Torah. You don't have soldiers, you have the Torah. You have the rules. So the Torah says, in this case, you've been Adarabba. We have three things in the Torah: Gila Rai Shichas Damim and Avodah Zarah. That the man is no Chayvim does not apply. So you see, Chayvim doesn't apply everywhere. So how do you say Rachim? There's rules here, you know. Yeah.
Maybe.
One possibility, but I hold this a little stronger than that. He has to have whole Amarat, he has to bring a Raya. What's the Raya? What is the Raya? Kash is, what is the Raya? What is the Raya here? That's the Kash, yes. It's a good point. I'm not going to say no. Taka, what is this Svara? What is this? And the second question is that what is the connection between, is there any connection between that Ayidei Gedele Yisrael V'Chameha? They have to do it. Why should they? Okay, you say, is it a side thing or is it also learned from the Pasuk? Now, I'm going to leave it here. I wanted to give out this, by the way, to everybody to have to focus that. I want to hear about it tomorrow. We'll get involved in it.
Where is it again?
Perek Sheni Halacha Gimel in Rambam. Yeah. To do, and it says, Asher Yasa Osam Adam V'chai B'hem. Lo Yomus B'hem, the diak is. So the Rambam learns, Ho'olam Asher Mishpatei Torah Nekama B'olam. Elarach Meches, I asked you, where does he get it from? And they not, and Apikosim say, don't Machalish. I asked you, where did it come from? Anybody do any research yesterday? So we have to translate that in the chukim of the Torah has to be life. And the Apikara says these chukim are not good, and you can't live with these laws. When Korach V'Adasa was complaining, how can you live with the Torah? Every 10 minutes you're taking off taxes and this and that, the whole long list of things. Or there has to be good. The laws have to be good, beneficial. Not just laws only keep society. It has to be, the laws have to be good, have to have life in it. Then the question, what is meant by life? How do you define life? So they have to be good. So the laws themselves and the rules themselves have to have the vibrancy and the strength of life. It has to be good, has to be positive, growing from them, beneficial. You can't say in general it should be good. It has to be also specifically that you feel it's good, it has value as good, it has good meaning. You can say that the world would say, the guy, the reason why it happened on Shabbos because he's no good and he's being punished and the Almighty is hurting him and that's the way he's doing his Yisurim. And that's what the Jews said in the desert. You know why God took us out of here, Egypt? To kill us. To set us up to kill. They took us out of Egypt and they just set us up to destroy us. No water, no food. What's happening here? It's his games, his rules. What's happening? We know what his ambitions are, whatever it is. Like we're little ants and he's playing with us. At his whims and wills. Are we living for ourselves in a way of growth? In other words, how does a person view himself in life? So here comes the Jewish view of life. Every individual, the life is, the Almighty has us rachamim, He keeps us merciful, but not pity, mercy, chesed, shalom. He wants peace. He wants positive. It's not anything else but that. Anybody who doesn't think that way is an apikuros, is a toeh. This is what I was saying when I try to bring Beno Slavchad. Beno Slavchad, in order to be in her position, to say, okay, my father is a sinner, but I'm not like Korach. How about giving me not a piece of land outside, I want to inherit Israel. The person has to have a positive, good view of himself and of life, and the purpose of life. And life is made for him, not a selfish way. Where am I? I got to chop in the money in order to be able to get married, or I want a piece of parcel of money. No, but in a healthy way of understanding what life, a real self-value, what life is and what it's about. That's chesed, kind. Not where am I supposed to chop in? It's only circling for me to live and me to make money or me to have my excitement my way. No. Life is a way. Almighty created the person. There's rachamim, chesed, shalom, in order he can see the Almighty and bring more goodness into the world, and bring mitzvahs in the world, Torah in the world, bring kiddush Hashem in the world, to help society in the world. And any other position, and it's like apikuros. I had a medrash in Shir HaShirim. And he says to the loved one, L'cho v'neilech, let's go out. L'cho dodi, neitzei la'sadeh, la'kramim, la'kfarim. Let's go out. My loved one, let's go to the kfarim. And the Rosh will say, kfarim means the world. Let's go out to the sada, which is the world, and we'll go to the kfarim. In the end of the part of pasuk, let's go and see the budding of the grapes and the rimonim, and then I'll tell you my love. Like a lover tells to the lover, let's go out, go to the fields, see the beautiful trees, the blossoming, the flowers, the spring, and we're able to, I'm able to there in that environment express my love and care to you. So the first part of the pasuk, the Medrash cuts and says, My loved one, let's go out. Ruach HaKodesh, Halas, let's go out into the field, to the world. And let's go to the Kfarim. Kofrim, the Goyim HaKofrim. As if all the Goyim HaKofrim. And then we'll see how early in the morning the budding of the little people saying Kriyat Shema, and the synagogues and the students learning. How do they make? I call it Goyim Kofrim. We understand that a person that doesn't see life philosophically as the Almighty in the life, and life is good to be able to use one's life to dedicate to do mitzvahs and Torah and good deeds, is a kaifer of an apikaris of what the essence of life is. That's called apikarisim. They miss the essence of what life is all about. Why do I mention this? Because we're talking about positive views. I took the story of the raccoon. Some people said, no, raccoon, it's the beaver. It makes no difference. It's the animal has an animal instinct not to get hurt. And if he does get into a trap, he cuts his own, he hurts himself physically, he cuts his foot off, bites his foot off, and runs away to save his life. When the Yetzer Hara comes to you, it says to you, come by your boy, let's go play football, baseball, let's not learn Torah, let's have fun, let's relax, let's go to movies, let's, who knows what you do, let's make money, let's go back to the state, whatever you want to say, whatever language, let's not learn Be'iyun, let's learn Bibikiyas, anything you want to say. And you say, it's not my fault, my Yetzer Hara, my friend convinced me. And a person's in a bad stage and fell in. And what can I do? I fell in. What can I do? I can't get out. It's your fault. You didn't do it.